Right, so, would you believe me if I told you that there are about 143 different species of chameleons in the world? Well, I lied, there are actually 171. Guess who shouldn't have believed me, eh? We're about to add another species of chameleon into the ranks, as we begin the infamous Call of Duty mission, All Gillied Up. Welcome back to Can You Beat Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare as a Pacifist. This is widely seen as one of the best Call of Duty missions of all time, and so will be treated as such, with only greatest and utmost respect and appreciation. But fucking hell man, was it frustrating as hell? As this mission is stealth based, the player is expected to have the most impact with fighting enemies. This mission begins as a flashback from Captain Price, who tells a tale about his encounter with Imran Zakhaev, their new #1 target, in 1996.
Hello there, welcome to the old timey era. Here, take a Rice Krispie snack, and why not try a Crystal Pepsi? All that in a bag of chips. Booyah!
Dude. Shut the fuck up. We control Captain Price for this mission, who was only a lieutenant back then, alongside Captain Macmillan. I know I can actually say his name for once, but I'm still going to call him Macklemore. Now normally I would say this is my favourite mission from any of the Modern Warfare games. However, after playing it within this challenge, I never want to look at this mission again. This challenge has ruined this game for me. I still pushed on though, and will probably do more challenges just like this in the future. For context, we have to make our way into a giant city in Ukraine, where Imran Zakhaev is having a meeting. We are tasked with his assassination. Now normally you would be able to take out a couple guards, make your way past and through some buildings, and be on your merry way. But of course, it's never that simple. We begin amongst the bushes behind a small house, containing like 10 armed soldiers. 2 of the soldiers came out on a patrol, and we were ordered to take out one by Macklemore. Usually in circumstances like this in COD games, the enemies would usually leave the area eventually, meaning that I would not have to kill another person. However, this time they made like a tree and planted their roots, as to say, in the same place. I thought that they were bound to move at some point. However, I was laying on that ground, watching them for so long, that I started to get so bloody bored. And so I tried to aggravate them to see if Captain Macklemore would actually have some input. So I downed a chug chug, stood up and got ready to leg it out of the area. It turns out that Macklemore is just about as useless as a paper box. He stands behind a tree and looks at the enemies as I don't stop firing into my chest, and it feels like I have less than 1 HP, as I can die so bloody quickly. This could not be any more irritating, unless of course there were dogs involved. Oh wait, here they come now. These dogs are fast as fuck, and you can't do shit against them once they are on you. The mission was already going south, but I couldn't give in so easily, and so I kept attempting to get Macklemore to do at least something with his pro skills. Seriously, no matter how long I waited for him, he would just do absolutely nothing, and instead just let me get completely wiped out. Like, come on broski, give your pal a hand. I retreated to the back of the map, into some tomato bushes or something. I don't know, I'm not a botanist or whatever. I found that the dogs for some reason suddenly lose interest in you when you get into these bushes, and so that felt like a pretty juicy victory royale. But that feeling would not last for long, as even though you are not getting attacked anymore, Macklemore would still just have no effect on the actual enemies, and so he just refused to fire his weapon. So my safari through the radioactive zone came to no avail. Fuck me, I wasn't expecting that. The dogs didn't go away either. They just sat there, waving their heads around, waiting for me to come back out into the open again. I kept restarting from the checkpoint to see if any other methods would work, or even if I waited long enough, Macklemore might actually fucking do something. Hey Macklemore, go duck your... Go fuck yourself. Bloody dickhead. While waiting to see if anything would happen, I had enough time to go on a pleasant walk around the park, get a Mr. Whippy, feed some ducks in the lake by my house, baked a cake, had a nap, and still Macklemore did fuck all. Like sheet, man. Could you please just wake the hell up? Every single time I was compromised, a couple dogs would come running at me, meaning I couldn't stay out in the open for more than a few seconds, or I'd be dog food. After almost about a whole 20 minutes of either waiting for Macklemore to actually use his gun, or hiding behind the trees away from the dogs, I finally decided that he was unable to kill a single enemy in this area, unless I did too. And so that whole time was just a waste. and so I restarted and just killed one of the first enemies, and Captain Macklemore took out the other. So you can use your gun, can you now, Macklemore? What the hell was that all about then? Jesus Christ, your skills could have been used a bit earlier, couldn't they? So sadly we are already forced to add another kill to our total so soon into this mission. I know, my disappointment is immeasurable and my day is ruined. The two make their way onwards, towards a small house where some more enemies are patrolling. Luckily there is only one enemy outside the house, who, after some time, goes back inside, and so we can just skip past them. Next we are expected to take out an enemy lookout in a watchtower on top of a church. However, if timed just right, you are able to pass underneath him, alongside the exterior walls of the church. This can be quite difficult to time perfectly however, as for some reason this guy seems to have 2020 vision. Or should I say 2021 vision? Luckily I managed to get inside the church after a few tries. I never actually checked out what happens before, but if you do not take out the lookout before entering the church, he actually comes down the ladder and Macklemore can take him out. Also, if you loot the church, you will find a piece of collectible intel in the watchtower, but also some rocket launchers on the ground floor, which you are able to use to take out the helicopter that flies over you after you leave the church. However, this is irrelevant for this challenge, and so I leave them behind for now. The next few parts of the mission turn out to be pretty normal, as you are able to complete the sections without killing anyone in a casual playthrough anyway. The first part consists of you having to go prone, and wait while a trucking convoy of enemies passes on top of you. Again, as long as you stay still enough, you won't need to engage them at all. The following section has you come across a moisty mire looking junkyard, which is being patrolled by a few more enemies. However, crawling your way past them allows you to not have to attack them, which makes no sense. I can understand why the convoy was not able to detect us. However, we literally got a hair width away from them and they still did not notice either of us. There is no plausible reasoning behind this. But who really cares, it's a video game. We got past them in the end and proceeded through a few more enemies, but again we did not need to intervene as Macklemore seems to have everything covered. Finally we need to move past a whole bloody army of enemy forces. How the actual fuck are we able to move through every single truck, past all the enemies and not even be slightly spotted? These two are some sort of skilled ass ninjas if I've ever seen some. The last enemy which is needed to be taken care of is stationed on top of a fire escape staircase, and we are instructed to take him out ourselves. Waiting for a minute or two for Macklemore to do it himself, as he seems to have already shown us he can shoot a gun, does not work. However, moving around the building and behind the staircase for some reason triggers him to kill the last remaining enemy. Could have done that previously, just saying. The only confrontation left was with a stray dog. However, as long as you slowly go around it, it will not become aggravated and try to kill you. We head towards a tower, which will give us a good vantage point over the meeting with Imran Zakhaev, and we can take our shot. This is the end of the first mission. This is the beginning of the second mission. We return a couple days after the previous mission, where the two boys are preparing for Zakhaev's meeting from about a mile away, inside a dilapidated tower. I swear the first few times I ever played this game, I always got creeped out by this image. They look like some bloody giant spiders or creepy ass monsters. Hamburger. The meeting has just started, as we take back control of Price, and Zakhaev is marked by Macklemore for our one chance shot. We line up our 50 caliber sniper rifle and prepare for Zakhaev. We spot him as he's making some sort of trade for his V-Bucks. He clearly is our man. We have to wait for the wind to level out to get a clean shot, and as soon as we have a good chance, boom. You may be thinking to yourself, why did you just willingly shoot him? Well, once you shoot him, Zakhaev does not actually die, his arm is just blown off, and so we are not actually breaking any rules in this challenge. However, as a proud pacifist, I did in fact try to prevent even harming Zakhaev. However, not doing anything or even missing him would always end in the same way, Zakhaev escaping and you failing the mission. So we would always have to kill him. Shit, not kill him, injure him. Yep. After the assassination, an attack helicopter comes towards us and blows us up. The only way to prevent us from dying here is by killing the pilot before he kills us. I tried to shoot the helicopter guns and missile launchers to see if I could just disable the weapons. However, no matter what you would do, you would always die. So you are forced to kill 2 more enemies inside the helicopter. It's such a shame to have to kill someone 2 missions in a row. However, it could have been much worse. What can I say? There are no winners in war. Except black market weapon vendors, they seem to be doing okay. We then have to run and grapple out of the tower just as it blows up. We get onto the street where we are confronted by crap tons of enemies. Luckily they are absolutely awful at aiming, and so performing a zigzag action seems to confuse them enough to just about reach the next building. Once we get close enough, they seem to forget where we even are, and they just give up on chasing us, and so we can proceed through the next few apartment blocks and allow Macklemore to take out any enemies. He seems to be even more effective at killing them than before, and so sitting behind him while he takes everyone out seems to be pretty safe. However, another helicopter then comes out of nowhere, and we are expected to support Macklemore in taking it down. Okay, this part is absolutely fucking stupid. There is no way that you'll be able to take out a helicopter that strong with only a sniper rifle. Nevertheless, he seems to be able to do that just perfectly well. However, when the bird crashes down, Macklemore somehow falls over like an absolute muppet and gets himself injured. We are now in full control of the mission. We have to carry Macklemore to an exfiltration zone, meanwhile being completely vulnerable to any and all enemy fire, as neither of us are able to use any weapons while I'm carrying him. So, I revived him, and we went on our way. We straight away come into contact with a group of enemies. However, quickly putting Macklemore down allows him to provide decent covering fire, while I just hide behind some cars. I know, I'm so generous letting an injured man do all the hard work. His sniper rifle is also so bloody overpowered. He is extremely accurate with it, and kills everyone in only one shot, and it seems like it's fucking on rapid fire. Just look at the boy go. Lifting the man back up, we proceed further through the streets, where we are able to just walk straight past all of the enemies, and not even get shot once. We have to then make our way through some more apartment blocks, but this time there are some more dogs and a couple enemy soldiers in the way, and so instead of doing anything about them, as that seems to always lead to my death, I once again just carry on straight past them. We just make it to the final standing point, the Ferris wheel, and place Macklemore at the end of the map. I could feel there was a storm brewing. Now this last area took so fucking long, as I wouldn't go a whole minute without dying and restarting from the beginning. I tried to hide behind some rubble on top of the Ferris wheel carts, and even just tried to hide behind Macklemore himself for protection. All of which just did fuck all. In the end, I found that the wooded area behind the bumper cars was the most effective, as few enemy soldiers would ever actually come back there for some reason. However, my worst enemy was continuously chasing after me. The goddamn dog. This son of a bitch would never leave me alone. I had to weave in and out of the same few trees over and over again, dying every few minutes, just to get a little closer to victory. I knew how long I had left to wait from the compass on the bottom of the screen, which showed how far away our extraction helicopter was. This tedious process almost made me go completely insane, as over 10 minutes went by of the same bloody thing, and just as we were about to finally complete the mission and get on the chopper, I had to go and die in the most ridiculous way. Just watch this bullshit. I died as I was picking up Macklemore. It's just like the game fucking despises me and completely fucks me over on purpose. I thought that I would never be able to get this single final part of the mission done, and I'd just keep dying endlessly and be stuck here forever. Until I got in the chopper the exact next attempt and finished the mission. You cannot even contend how relieved I was after finishing that last part. Well, thank you all so much for watching this video. This one was a bit more rushed than any others, as I'm also trying to complete my 100 subscriber special at the same time. However, these missions are my favourite in any COD game, and so I think them alone make the episode a bit more special. But nevertheless, I hope you did enjoy this episode. Be sure to like and subscribe in order to be a cool gamer like me, and to support my channel so I can provide you all with even more content into the far future. Subscribing is free, and you can always change your mind later. But other than that, I hope to see you all next time. Goodbye for now.